Welcome to episode 29 of Star Wars Culture Live, a fairly new podcast focusing on Star Wars excitement and connection, your escape pod for hyperspace buzz and fandom fixes. As always, I am Ian, this is Marty, and this is where the fun begins. Instead of the negativity you often find on the Star Wars side of the internet, we want to talk about the things we love about Star Wars, how it enriches our lives, the community, the culture, the fans, the media, anything at all. So, as always, if you have anything for us, reactions, questions, requests, suggestions for future segments, anything at all, throw them in the comments and we will see what we can do. And don't forget to check us out on all the socials at SW Culture Live, except on Facebook. We're in a few different places. If you're seeing us on Facebook, you already know what they are. We have been out. I've been on a work trip for a while, but thankfully I am back. And back in with my camera and my lightsabers on the wall and my working microphone and not having to do that weird green screen situation. And I'm back. And Andor season 2 is here, and we just had Star Wars Celebration, so this is pretty freaking cool. This is gonna be a good episode. Lots to talk about today. But as always, we are going to start with quick fun facts about each host to help you get to know us a little bit better each episode. So, fun fact, Marty, go.
Okay, I kind of completely forgot about this segment. I don't know why. So
it's almost like we haven't done a normal show in like 3 weeks. Do you want me to go first? Because I can go first. I have a thing.
No, I got something. Give me just a second here.
Yes.
My stuff came in. Finally, I still got to paint it and whatnot. I might have to grab a couple more items, but remember our last episode, like 2 episodes ago that we recorded together, I mentioned I was going to build a custom Stranger.
Oh yeah, let me see.
Got the helmet.
Yeah, awesome.
And then I got the arm guy that goes on his wrist. And then I got the lightsabers. I'm not going to take those out. I might fall.
Yeah.
And then I got a couple of red blades that I bought from a different person on Etsy that I'm going to stick in there.
Are you going to shorten one of them so that it's, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. One of these are supposed to be, the Shoto is supposed to be shorter, like a blade. So I was like, I got to figure out how to do it properly. I might do like wire cutters and then sand it to a round tip.
Okay.
But so I might paint. So I'm going to go ahead and probably paint these soon. But I'm going to go and possibly grab his like outfit that he wears, like looks like the samurai pants and the top.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I like the base figure that's on the Luke that I'm using. I like the clothing there, but he's also got that overlayer of those outfits. So I might need to grab those.
Yeah. That's awesome. Sorry, I was messing with my light there. I looked green for some reason. Yeah, that's awesome. I still want to see I thought you were telling me you had it finished, and I was super excited, but I still want to see the finished product. That's cool.
When it happens, I'll probably record my process of it and then link it into one of the episodes.
Yeah, make a little reel of it or something. My fun fact is that my friend was at AwesomeCon in DC. I was not able to go, again, because of my work trip. But I mentioned that Timothy Zahn was going to be there. And he was able to get me Timothy Zahn's autograph on... I just bought a new set of the Heir to the Timothy Zahn Thrawn books. And I was able to get his autograph there with a little note. It says, "Thank you for your service." So I am active duty Army. That's where my trip was. But I wrote in there that I wrote him a little note. I put him like we have these big old sticky notes, and I put it in the inside cover, and I wrote him a little note being like, "Hey, I can't make. I was unable to make it to Awesome Con, but I love Thrawn. He's a one of the most badass villains in history. I love the Thrawn books. I love the Thrawn character. Thanks for making all of this happen. Like even as like I don't know, as like a military person and as like a my profession was music, so like as an like Thrawn kind of like wraps up all of those things into one. He's like this cold, calculating, like grandmaster chess villain about and studies art about to understand his enemies, and he's this total awesome guy. And he kept the note, and he like wrote the little like thank you for your service and signed it to Ian. It was I haven't put it away yet. I just am keeping it right here on my desk because I keep looking at it and getting happy.
Now, are you gonna actually read it out of that book, or are you just gonna have it as a collection?
Oh man, I don't know. I'll probably read the book. Like I'll make it like it's mine. Obviously, I'm not keeping it to sell as like a collector's item or something. So it's my book. I could read it to make it even more mine. So and it's been a while since I read through all the Thrawn books anyway. So it might be time. Not that I have time in between all the other Star Wars things that are happening this month. Yeah, so that's my fun fact. I meant to put that little banner up. So those are the fun facts. But let's get into the massive amount of news that came out this weekend at Star Wars Celebration Japan. So I know. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna go rapid fire through it, okay? A lot of this stuff you guys have already seen, already know like the big headlines, so we're gonna go rapid fire through it. Shoot us a comment if we're going too fast and you need more clarification on something. So Star Wars Celebration Japan, a new Kylo Ren command shuttle released from Lego. That is badass and probably too many dollars for me, but it looks awesome. It's one of the most cool looking ships. Again, Lego. The logo set, not bad. Okay, the thing that I think I am the most excited about: Star Wars Starfighter film announced. It's the one that Sean Levy is directing, and it stars Ryan Gosling. Apparently takes place 5 years ish after the Rise of Skywalker, and that will be the latest canon film or TV project that we have seen. Nothing so far has been after the sequel trilogy, so I'm pretty psyched.
I like how it doesn't have to tie into the Skywalkers at all in whatever way, and it's not even about a Jedi. It's literally starfighters, pilots.
Yeah, it might be like Andor, where there's not even a freaking lightsaber in it. It's just pilots, and like as a competitive veteran of Star Wars Squadrons, I'm excited about this. So that's Starfighter. Ryan Gosling. New image from Mando and Grogu. Helmetless Din Djarin. Like this is, I know it's just a photo shoot, but like is like that. I don't know. That's a thing. Like, is his helmet not being on gonna be like part of it? I don't know. I'm curious. Sigourney Weaver in The Mandalorian Grogu. And obviously the new logo revealed for that film coming out in next May. Another big one, Maul Shadow Lord animated series announced. This will take place in between Clone Wars and Rebels. I don't remember where I read this, but apparently he finds some pupils that he wants to teach the dark side to.
He's on a new on a planet that hasn't been touched by the Empire yet, is what it says. I had a little snippet. It was like, takes place after the Clone Wars, and the tagline says, "After the Clone Wars, Maul plots to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire."
Right.
Now it makes me wonder what this planet is. Is it a planet that we have seen already, or a new one?
I don't know. I mean, we know that he's the head of Crimson Dawn, right? From Solo. So I guess this is like the dawn of Crimson Dawn. Like he's starting to build his whole thing. So that's cool. Obviously going to be excited to watch that. It's the same animation style, I believe, as Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff. So yeah, gimme. New poster celebrating 20 years of Lucasfilm animation. There's tons of Clone Wars and Rebels characters in there. Zoom in and look around and all the ships and stuff when you get a chance. It's great. First look at
I'm surprised though.
Maul Shadow Lord. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying I'm surprised though, and I'm kind of glad they didn't forget Star Wars Resistance.
Oh yeah, are they in there too?
Yep. You have a couple of characters up in the front row. The guy in the yellow jumpsuit, and then the guy that looks like a big chicken head.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even notice those. I was too busy looking at Zeb and Callus there. Yeah. Yeah, there's Maul, Shadow Lord. Looks like a Lord of Shadows. Andor. There's Pedro and Grogu. Beautiful. Stars of Mando. Yeah, Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver. Ryan Gosling showed a photo his mom sent him of his childhood Star Wars bed sheets. So that's awesome. Good to know that he was a fan back then. Collection of Star Wars celebrity guests with some stormtroopers in there. Pedro, season 2 behind the scenes photo. This is a hilarious photo now, considering the context that we will get into later with the spoiler alerts intact. The birth of K2SO will be seen this season from Alan Tudyk. So we will see K2SO in season 2 of Andor. Those are spoiler, Admiral Raddus will appear in Andor season 2 per a new trailer just shown at Star Wars Celebration. So Admiral Raddus will be there. Rebuild the Galaxy. Oh, I didn't even see this. Wait, I haven't seen this. Just revealed. Season 2 of Rebuild the Galaxy is officially titled Pieces of the Past and premieres on September 19th. Love it. Look at that Wookiee.
And I'm actually excited for this one.
Holy hell. I didn't even see this. This is awesome. I love Rebuild the Galaxy. I got the Dark Falcon right up there. It's awesome. All right. Ben Schwartz will join the voice cast along with Ashley Eckstein, who will voice Brickhead's Ahsoka. Look at her. She's right there. Oh my God. That is silly. This is silly. I'm here for it. First look at Rory McCann as Baylan Skoll. Yeah, this'll work. He's got a bigger beard, so I wonder maybe this season 2 takes place like later on. Yeah, but it's it's sad. No one can replace Ray Stevenson, but the fact that they were friends is also really cool.
That is. It's
apparently Rory McCann and Ray Stevenson were old friends, and the fact that his friend could carry on his character is pretty awesome.
He looks just as menacing too, so that's nice as well.
Yep, and but like somehow not as evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was never like he was obviously like a fierce warrior and clearly menacing and a threat to Ahsoka's mission and what the rebels were trying to do. But like, he also like clearly this was not like what he preferred to be doing. You know, it was like this is just unfortunately the way I see the galaxy. Excuse me, the way I see the galaxy going. It's not like the deepest, darkest hatred in his heart. He was just like, I'm sad it's come to this. I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to hurt you. Which is cool. Shin Hati though, she was like straight evil. Anakin will be back for Ahsoka season 2. There's Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson. We get Loth kittens. We get baby Loth cats, and apparently their legs are so like little and flimsy that they just roll around, which is hilarious.
I could see those flying off the shelves at stores or in Disney parks.
Oh yeah, they will. I can't imagine they will be out of Batu for very long. Manny Jacinto donned the helmet of the stranger once again on the Star Wars Celebration live stage, and I heard there was a chant for season 2, which, yes, give us that, please, Disney. We are here and we are waiting. We want it. We are your people.
I saw that hashtag flying around. Renew Acolyte for season 2.
Yep, renew the Acolyte. It's a big thing on Threads. It's like a whole thing. Admiral Akbar will have an expanded role in Ahsoka season 2, and Filoni confirms he will go head to head with Thrawn. Yes, I want that. I will watch that. I want to see a giant space battle, a giant chessmaster space battle like they have in Clone Wars.
Yes, that'd be great.
Models for Ahsoka season 2 revealed. The Noti people will return in season 2 of Ahsoka. We saw them, right?
Yeah, they're with Ezra.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, in that far away land. This cosplay is amazing. This made the rounds and went pretty viral on the internet. But it's a Droideka cosplay, and he actually rolls, like does the roll. It's so good. Ah, what happened? I got distracted. Oh my god, there's so much. Come on, where was I? There it is. All right, we're getting there. We're getting through this news. Andor, yep, behind the scenes. Ariana Greenblatt hangs out with clone trooper actors. Oh, fun. Or behind the scenes, Alan Tudyk. Anakin and R2 reunited at Star Wars Celebration. Memes. Look at that cosplay. It's Maul, like Japan inspired. Yeah, must have been like super extra cool to find out. Like, I hope he was wearing that when he found out that Maul was getting his own show.
Oh yeah, I would hope he'd be right there in the middle of that panel.
Yeah, I did it again. Sequels to The Duel, The Village Bride, and The Ninth Jedi are coming in Star Wars Visions Volume 3. I don't think we got a release date for that, but it's awesome. Especially The Duel.
September.
Okay. That's coming out the same time as the Lego thing?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. I thought I saw it said September something.
All right. Well, get to look forward to something in September too. I love The Duel. I sometimes just pop that on for 8 minutes of glory. It's very good. It makes me want like a katana type lightsaber. I might look into that. Volume 3. Oh, October. Okay.
October. Okay.
Halloween. All right.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I will probably be on another work trip at that point, but we'll figure it out. New series just announced, The Ninth Jedi. They're going. That was one of the Visions episodes, right?
Yeah, it was the one that'll be getting a sequel here for Volume 3. Yep. I'm surprised out of all of them, The Ninth Jedi will be the first one to grab its own series. Like, I was expecting the Ronin to be the first one because that was the most popular one.
Yeah, by far. I mean, it was helped by the fact that it was like listed first and it was the first one, but I think it was there for a reason. Like, it's iconic, the way they merged those two worlds together.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch a whole world of that. I would do a whole Star Wars D&D campaign of that, honestly. That's where my mind goes with that. It's so good. Star Wars and they do have it. All right. Star Wars and Fortnite. Fortnite is having a whole Star Wars season, a little over a month of a Star Wars themed season in their game. So I don't know how many video game players, video gamers, or people with kids are watching the stream, but I will be on Fortnite for the next month because this stuff looks awesome. Darth Jar Jar will be in Fortnite. Darth Jar Jar. It looks like you can take his hood on and off. I am super pumped about that. Personally. Yep, new details on the Fortnite Galactic, yeah, all that stuff. Full episode lineup for Star Wars Visions Volume 3. There's like we said, there's the 3 sequels in there, but there's also some other stuff. I am not an expert on these studios at all, but I obviously am super excited to see all the creative things that they come up with. First look at Tatooine and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. That's new. Coruscant will be included in that. Cloud City will also be included in that. There are a few different places, I think. It was announced that Star Wars Celebration in 2027 will be in Los Angeles. I don't like those dates, April 1st to the 4th. I think since it's in America, I would look into going, but I don't know if I will be on a work trip or not at those times. It's like usually for our spring trip. So yeah. I love these countdowns. 711 days till the next Star Wars Celebration. And then for this, Star Wars 50th anniversary logo. I guess that's 2027, isn't it?
Yep. LA will be their 50th anniversary.
50th. Oh my god. Wow. I didn't even put that together.
And then I love the caption of this.
Oh yeah. This caption?
Yeah, it says,
when you
when you realize the Lucas Museum of Narrative Arts will be open in 2027, and it's just a short drive from LA Convention Center. So
yeah,
really, you could have a whole Lucasfilm experience. Like if you're tired of a celebration for a little bit and you want something quiet, you could go to the Lucas Museum.
Yep. Or if you don't feel like waiting in the 7 hours of lines that you have to wait in for various things. I heard there were some unsatisfied customers with things like that. It was a lot. Yeah, this seems like it was definitely planned all together. All right, yeah. Rundown of things we're getting in 2026. Like we said, Mandalorian and Grogu, Star Wars, Ahsoka Season 2, Maul Shadow Lord, Ninth Jedi, and Zero Company, a new strategy game coming out. Those types of games aren't really my thing, but if they are, you're I think you're in charge of a clone battalion, and you have to do strategy stuff. It looks pretty cool. It's not my type of game, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like you're a mixture of like a clone trooper, Umbaran, a Mandalorian, a Jedi, a droid, and a couple of other things too. So it's like a hodgepodge group.
Okay.
And yeah. It definitely kind of has that XCOM feel for people who've played XCOM, which is kind of interesting to me. But I also saw that not only can you select the canon characters that you saw right there, but apparently you can go into more detail and have different people in and out. You can create your own people to join that company.
Nice.
At least that's what I've been hearing, at least from Alex from Star Wars Explained. Alex
cool.
And Molly.
I trust them. Yeah, that reminds me of in Fortnite, apparently there's a Mandalorian character, and it looks like, based on the images we've seen, it looks like you might be able to customize the armor, like shape and color and like design pattern. So I'm looking forward to that, obviously, because that looks pretty sick. Last time, little historical things there. Shifting into Andor mode. Images of the Fortnite Star Wars locations. There's looks like a dead AT-AT. It's Andor Day. Another looks like the Falcon's going to be there in the Fortnite map. Andor Day, Andor shots. All right, yeah. Now we're into the Andor stuff. I think it's time. Oh wait, no, we have some other time. Sorry, yeah. Hit it on this day in Star Wars history. What you got?
All right, sorry. Mando tried to attack me.
How dare you? You're in trouble.
I'll just leave him there. All right, so on this day in 2010, Boba Fett makes his Star Wars The Clone Wars debut in the second season episode Death Trap, which airs on Cartoon Network for the first time in the U.S.
I loved that character arc, that story arc of Boba, young Boba learning the ways of bounty hunters from R.S. Singh and was it Bosk? Was Bosk with them?
Yeah, Bosk was with them.
Okay. And then the droid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like how they got Daniel Logan back.
Yes, that was cool too.
But
this is the one where he like tries to plant a bomb in Mace Windu's quarters, right?
Yeah, that's that arc where he blends in with the other cadets.
Yep. I will say I didn't necessarily buy that, how he was just able, with his long hair, he was just able to like slip in and like be one of the ones. Like I don't know. The kids, like, I guess they're clone kids, so anything's possible. But like kids are relentless. They would not just like accept a new person so easily. They'd have all these questions. Like, I don't know.
Right.
This seems. I was like, how do you just like get it? Also, how'd they get the uniform? How'd they get in? I just want to know. This is a whole heist in itself, and they didn't show us the heist part. I want to know how they got him in there.
It was probably easy for him to sneak in since they are him in a way. And as for the outfit, he probably had a few spare outfits taken when he was with Django going to Geonosis.
That's fair. But he was a way different size then. This was like a year, at least a couple years later, right? Well, I would say maybe not.
We're probably a few months, if not a year, into the Clone Wars.
After episode 2, yeah, that's fair. This was what, season 2? Yeah, you're right. All right, interesting.
But yeah,
and he impressed them all by shooting them the ships in the turret.
Yeah.
The grown clones were like, I can't do that. All right, moving on to my segment, Dad Joke of the Week. Luke's trip to Bespin was the worst day of his life. Hands down. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. All right, let's get into the meat of this episode. We only took 28 minutes, so we got 30 minutes to dig into this. Let's talk about Andor season 2. Wait, let me play this. Hold on. We are about to talk about all 3 episodes of Andor season 2 that released last night. Yes, that is our lot in life. We get to talk about literally less than 24 hours after it releases. So, again, we are going to talk about all 3 episodes. So if you haven't seen all 3 episodes, don't watch this part. Stop watching. Come back later and hang out with us and talk and hear like listen to us talk about it. It's awesome. But if you haven't seen it, we don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So there are spoilers coming. We're about to talk about all 3. I'm just being safe. All right. So we were talking about we were going to talk about it like character by character, like arc by arc. So because they had a few different sections going on, they were transferring. So why don't we just start with the namesake? Let's talk about Cassian. I love how they just launched it. Like they teased the how he's going to be stealing this TIE Avenger, right, in the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not like show us the plan or anything. They just like it's like the opening scene was like, oh, he's already in and he's stealing it right now. And that took me like, oh, we're there already. Let's go. What are we doing?
Yeah, I remember it was like everyone was thinking this was going to be like the heist of the movie of the series.
Right.
Nope, right there, first 5 minutes into it. There you go.
Yeah. It's a power move. It's like, oh, you thought this was going to be big? You don't even know. This is nothing. This is nothing to you. You don't even get to see this part because of how insignificant it is in the bigger grand scheme of things that we're putting into the show for you. It's a power move. I dig it. I'm like, let's go. All right, so he steals that thing. I think we can all relate to his struggles with the controls. Like, he clearly it was like, I had a conversation with my roommate about this. He like his wireless mouse, the toggle on it, like you know, when you scroll up or down, everybody has their preference of like you want to scroll this way to go down or up, and it was clearly set on the y-axis was flipped for him because he was about to go forward, and instead he just zooms back into the wall. I have never related to something more. Like, it was clearly like it just the settings were backwards from what he expected. So and then you could see like his learning curve, just like when you're learning a new vehicle in a game. You could see his learning curve, like, okay, I now this does this. Okay, I got that. And then like when he does escape, he's not perfect at it. Like his landing on the planet, on the forest planet, was not good. It's like a thunk.
Yeah, I love the comedic effects of some of this too. It's like it tries to get so intense, and then it breaks it up with those comedic moments where it's like he just stole the TIE Advance, and then reverses it back on accident. Funny right there. Lands it. You're like, you expect a nice landing. Ka-plump.
Clunk. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And the what was I gonna say? I was wondering, like, I don't know if it has shields or what, but I am suspicious of the fact that thing is basically like unscathed after all the crap that he put it through. Like, he banged into every wall in that hangar, and then he still crashed through the door, by the way. Like, I don't know if you see what's on the front of those, but it's the wings. The first thing that would hit that door is the wings. So I don't know, unless they're made out of some crazy, like, I mean, they could be out of like they could have some Beskar in there. I don't know at this point.
I was expecting like the wings to come off because he was scraping the sides of the canyons, and usually when a TIE fighter hits it, there it goes, it blows up.
Yep.
Not him.
Yep. Okay, so he flies out of there, and then is supposed to take it to this foresty planet and meet this guy. I don't remember the name of the guy.
Porcos.
Porco?
Yeah, Porcos.
Porcos? I kept wanting to say Porkins. I know it's not Porkins.
I think it's Porcos because
Porcos.
I know. I was like, was it supposed to be Porkins? No, it's Porcos.
Yeah,
another pork name.
Yeah, this is I don't know. This is kind of one of those. I like it and I dislike it because Luthen's rebel cells are always so like organized and intact and like trustworthy that it seems weird that this one just got like overrun. Like, how did Luthen and his network let this happen? But on the other hand, like, it does, I respect that it does illustrate like his whole thing is on thin ice. Like, his whole network, one little thing could happen and the whole thing could get screwed up. One shot to the reactor and the whole system goes down. So I don't know. I liked it and I didn't like it. It seemed to weaken the appearance of his whole thing, but also maybe that was the point. Maybe they were showing us like, hey, he seems really well, really organized and put together, but not all the pieces are as strong as he is.
Right, because this is like literally the early days of the rebellion, so everyone's kind of like still trying to figure out a way to coordinate with each other before they become the resistance to the rebellion, basically.
Yeah.
So, and he said like the people that happened to capture him were part of this other rebel cell that he and Luthen were selling stuff to.
Right. Yeah, was that legit, or was that just him trying to get in their good books?
That's
because I don't know enough. It all happened so fast. He was like, "We're on the same side. Like, we're your suppliers. Like, we're working with you."
Right. I mean, 'cause he knew the brigade that they were with, but when they try to ask him, he's like, I am not giving that up.
I'm not giving you. He even like insulted them while he's at their mercy. He was like, "We told you who we are," and I was like, "Yeah, you shouldn't have done that, you dumbass." And like, why would you antagonize them right now? Just make something up. He could totally have done that.
And then when all hell breaks loose, and even that brigade kind of becomes separate entities himself, he's still trying to help the people that he was held captive by for a while. It's like, but it's really, I guess, for the benefit of his own gain.
Yeah, it was. I really just think. I think as soon as they started to impede his mission, he was ready to write them off as gone, like leave them behind, whatever. But any opportunity he could take to manipulate them into letting him fly the ship out of there, even if some of them were on it, I think he would have taken that.
Yeah,
because he's invested in the cause now.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's. I was thinking at the beginning, he's grown a whole lot because he had that conversation with the girl that helped him.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, I understand that you're scared, and it's all right to be scared, and I know you kind of liked working here, but you're doing this for the greater good.
Yeah,
I was like, huh? He's different than the Andor from season 1.
Yeah, he's not the new recruit anymore. He's the one like helping new recruits. It was a nice turnaround. I think they put that first to show us how his role has changed in just 1 year. Was it 1 year? Maybe it was more.
Yeah, it was 1 year because that was the name of the title.
1 year after it was like 1 year later. It was 4 BBY. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Shit. What else was there?
So go ahead.
Yeah. So after basically trying to get them to go against each other some more, I like how the way that they settle everything is by playing rock paper scissors.
I know, that was so silly. Like, why is that how it works? That's so silly.
If only all battles could be done that way.
I know, right? Well, I don't actually know if that I don't want that. Yeah, okay. It would save a lot of lives, yes, but I don't know if I want the outcome determined on who thinks they're better.
Maybe arguments. Let's just do arguments. Not
all right.
fighting,
I'll allow it. But I could not. A couple things about these monsters in the jungle. Number one, I couldn't believe how much time they spent just like being loud outside the ships when they know these monsters exist in the jungle. It's like, have you not seen Jurassic Park or whatever the space version of Jurassic Park is? Like, you stay
right?
in shelter. What are you doing? They're out there. You're obviously scared of them, like what they are. And then when I saw them, I was like, why do they look so goofy? They were like giant carnivorous pigs. Like, I was expecting like some big, I don't know, some big snake-like thing or some predator looking. I don't know. They just looked so.
Yeah.
They were fast. So I'll give them that. But they got my imagination going when they kept referencing the beasts, and I wanted something a little more epic. But maybe I'll watch it again. Maybe I was too, I don't know, a couple beers in at that point. What was that, episode 3? So it would have been a while.
Yeah. I do like though how we figure out what planet we're on when he leaves.
Yes. Okay. So I was right.
Yes.
Okay. I saw that and I was like, wait a minute. Did they show that to us earlier and I just didn't see it? Like,
yeah, no, they tease. They didn't even tell you. Like usually they've been telling you like the names of the planets on each.
Right, but then he lands there and they don't tell you the planet. Okay.
No.
Good.
And then when he takes off, you see the temple. You're like, oh,
okay. Yes. Okay. That is exactly what happened to me. I was like, wait a minute. That becomes so. Does he just like tell them about that? Like maybe it was Andor who told them about Yavin.
Maybe.
Like because I guess Luthen knows about it too because they had it as a. Maybe it's just on their list.
Maybe in Mon's good graces or something. He's like, yeah. By the way, there's this planet right here, big temple.
I do feel like maybe there are going to be some relationships to repair there after what's about to happen. All right. I'm glad you said that because I didn't notice it until you saw the temple. So then I was like, oh, and I just felt like, wait a minute, did they actually just do that cool thing, or am I just stupid and didn't read the big word on the screen? Yeah, that was cool. And then he gets to, and then he escapes and goes to what's it called? And we'll talk about the farm planet when we get to that other arc.
It's called Mina Rao.
Mina Rao. Yeah, we'll talk about Mina Rao in a minute.
It was the last funny bit was how he got there because I glanced away for a second, but it looked like when he was trying to get to hyperspace, he stalled for a second, then spun around and then jumped into hyperspace.
He absolutely did. Yeah, he's still it's a skill issue.
I was like, they're really putting on comedic effect for this.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna be. I mean, he obviously used it successfully once he was in the atmosphere. Took out that Imperial, patrol. But I don't know they are still riding this learning curve thing with him pretty hard. Like like maybe they need, or they're reinforcing this ship is different than all other ships thing, because it's a Star Wars thing that like lots of pilots can get into ships and just fly them, right? That's just a thing. And but this one is different. Both Cassian, an experienced pilot, and the brigade's experienced pilot were looking at this thing like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at right now. How do I fly this? Right. And so I wonder if that's a plot point that they're emphasizing on purpose. Like maybe that, like the difficulty of the TIE Avenger is going to come into play at some point.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe.
Like maybe someone's going to be like, I can fly anything, and then they crash it. And I don't know. Also, the test pilots' uniforms are freaking sick. The black with the red, the like his, I could feel the 501st Legion going like the whole 501st Legion going like this, like when they saw it.
I hear the heavy breathing of I gotta have it.
I need to be that. It looks.
The helmet was different awesome. Too.
Yeah, it looked like the Iden Verso type helmet. I thought
it looked like that. It also looked like one of the helmets you could buy on Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go look at those. It's been a minute. But yeah,
it had like a different shape to it a little bit.
Yeah. All right, let's move to a different character. Who do you want, Mon or Cyril or?
Let's say Cyril for last. Let's do the Brazo and company.
Yeah. All right. So they're at these farms. I was startled by just the bluntness of the political just the language that they use, like visas and illegals and all of that stuff. I was startled by how blunt they were with all of the political tie-ins to various situations in various countries right now, is what I'll say.
I would say it felt a little too real. I was like, am I watching Star Wars?
Yeah, like what I'm watching Star Wars to escape reality. That is why I do this. So if you could just let me have this for a second. That is not a criticism. That is a me only slight minute reaction. I know how important these conversations are, and I absolutely respect the decision to make these. Like, as we've all had this conversation, Star Wars has been political since its inception. The bad guys are literally called stormtroopers, so I get it. But yeah, that once it got there, and it's interesting to be living it in reality in real time instead of like thinking of it historically. So but yeah, I was slapped in the face by the bluntness of the parallels there. And sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
No, I get already forgot. You go.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking, like, when they went to this, first came to this, to start the whole arc off, I liked how it was a first person perspective, walking, seeing these people. Then you look into the mirror, you see the doctor from season 1, and then it goes to a third person perspective as he's looking over. I was like, okay, that's very cool camera trick.
Yeah, that was it took me a second to recognize that cool guy. Not cool guy, the creepy guy. The he's not cool. I don't know what I was saying. It took me a second to recognize who that was. Like, I had to I was like, this is creepy. Like, why is this Empire guy like in here looking at all of them without and then after they showed him, going over to Bix, then I put the pieces together, like, oh, okay, this is probably the person that messed with her head, and then also click like, oh, this is also probably a dream. Thank God.
That happened the exact same way to me. I was like, this guy looks familiar. And then he starts walking to Bix. I was like, is that the doctor? And then she wakes up all startled. I was like, okay, yep, it's definitely the doctor.
I was like, they wouldn't just launch us into, like, I saw the scenes in the trailer. They wouldn't just launch us into the Empire taking over Bix and the other Ferrix peoples. They wouldn't just launch us into there. There's some time of peace before we get there. So yeah, I would say,
this wasn't my this wasn't my favorite arc, though. Like, it was kind of depressing a little bit, and not a lot like happened wise either. I mean, I get the gist of the whole arc. It's like they're all waiting on Cassian, and then here comes the Empire, and they're like, oh crap, what do we do? We can't just go now. But
yeah, it makes you feel stuck. It makes you feel trapped. And I like what they did. Like, that guy who ratted him out, I trusted him. I didn't think he was going to rat him out. He seemed genuine, and I think they did that on purpose too. They want you to feel trapped. They want you to feel like you can't trust anyone, or they are really getting you into the mindset of what it's like when the Empire is taking over the whole galaxy.
I would have been more heartbroken if Brazo's new girlfriend that he got betrayed them. But she didn't.
Yep. Nope.
Or Will's girlfriend too. I would have been a little heartbroken, but not as bad.
He pissed me off. He was the reason that happened. He's just I know he's young and stupid, whatever, but it's one of those things. And like you could see it in his face that he knew too. Like he knew that that's why Brazo was there when he was, and that's why things happened the way they did. So that'll be. I wonder if that will be a character interaction focus in the next 3 episodes. But it's a year later, right? The next 3 we're going to see.
It'll be another year later. Although we're not gonna have Brazo, unfortunately.
Oh my god. I'm still mad. I'm still sad.
I know. I was like, really?
He was so strong. He was like such a strong, good figure. It didn't even occur to me that he was the one that was gonna, die first.
Yeah. I feel like they gotta do this that way. It pushes cast to be like, you gotta basically be alone on this.
Yeah. And like how you and it makes us just hate the Empire so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We can move on to another.
Yeah, let's move on. 51 minutes. Let's move on. We're saving Dedra and Cyril to the end, right? How about Mon? You're frozen. This is awkward. There you are. You're moving again. How about Mon Mothma? Are you still there?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi. All right, good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, Mon's arc. I don't know. I actually enjoyed it. I guess maybe because I got to learn a little bit of the Chandrilan culture involved with everything.
Yep.
I like to see that it was really Japanese inspired.
Oh, really?
Even though everyone was white, but like just look at their outfits. It's special. They look like what is it? Kimonos that they wear?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't think about that. Very robe-like. Yeah.
And I saw some cherry blossom bonsai trees.
Oh.
And then the wedding, definitely the wedding outfits of Mon's daughter, and then the one guy she was marrying definitely looked like Japanese attire. So I was like, I was not expecting this.
Yeah, that's cool. I definitely expected very rich, extravagant things based on how they've been portraying Mon and Perrin.
Yeah,
the husband.
I mean, I mean, there's still a little bit of rich, extravagant things, but I was like, this is nice. I wasn't expecting a nice new culture experience amidst this chaos that follows Mon, where this foundation is starting to fall apart.
Yeah. I remember in season 1, like I remember her struggling with the whole sending her daughter off to marry Davos Goldun's son. Like that was supposed to be a huge struggle. Like her daughter was going to be betrayed and she wouldn't want to do it. But then her daughter just got swept up in the, I guess the religious or the traditional aspect of it, and just like got into it, and then was super excited about it, and now was sad that he was not returning so there was a huge conflict there that I expected to see and didn't. There were just new other conflicts.
And I like this that Mon was like, I can't believe I agreed to this. Maybe I should back everything out. She even tried to tell her daughters, like, if you want to back out, go right ahead. I don't blame you.
That was a very hard conversation to watch. As a parent, that was a heartbreaking couple of lines to experience there. She's just so out of her daughter's good graces, and not for any bad reason. Like she is trying to help, she's trying to do the best, but like her daughter is unreachable to her, and that is heartbreaking. But also she's trying to like do the best for literally the whole galaxy. So like, how do you balance that? That's not something that anyone can relate to.
Right.
And so then she also, the side note, the little conversation between Perrin and Davos Skuldoon about she's like, about talking about like she's like, Lita's tough, like it's gonna be it's not gonna be easy for him. And then he's like, is he tough? And Davos Skuldoon's like, not at all. He's gonna learn or be led. I was like, this is I want to say sexist, but I'm not sure. But also, I don't know, something. I got red flags from this conversation about the cultural roles, but it was also kind of goofy, kind of funny.
Yeah. I really hate that Mon was trying to enjoy herself, try to be happy for her daughter, but at the same time she's had all this struggle with everybody. Even Luthen's not helping here. Like he's like, come on, we need the money here.
He was not keeping his composure at all. He was not like, every moment he was just like skulking around and like wiping the smile off his face and like talking to her like I was like, you are blowing your cover right now.
Yeah. So I didn't blame her one bit that she got drunk and then just started basically raving.
And like Perrin said, she was wise and waited till day 3 of the wedding instead of what they did on day 1. It's a we used to have this thing when I went to college. I went to college in Winchester, Virginia, and they have this ceremony called this festival called Apple Blossom. And there's a festival and there's a parade and there's all kinds of like wholesome stuff for the community, but for the college kids, it just meant parties all weekend. And there were parties on Thursday. Like they would schedule them around each other. So there were big parties like Thursday, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday, like, and if you get drunk on Thursday, if you get too drunk on Thursday or Friday, like you're out the weekend. You're not going to make it. You're going to have to skip some stuff. You're going to miss out. And the juniors and seniors knew that, but some of these freshmen, like you can't go too hard day 1. And so me as a professional college drinker was sitting there being like, Tay, come on, rookie mistake, bro. And yeah,
I can't relate though.
No, it's fine. I'm sure my doctor, when I'm a little older, will be like, you shouldn't have done that. But yeah, it was fun to have just like a little levity into those serious fancy wedding situations. What was I gonna say? I had something else. Oh, what do you think of they kind of left this hanging. Like, what do you think of the how he wasn't like returning her advances at all? Like she wanted to hold his hand and he wouldn't do it. Like, what did he like? Is he gay?
Right. I don't.
What is the plot point that we're gonna have there? Is he gay? Is he just not ready for? Is he like this is just a ceremonial wedding? Like this is just for the families. This is not like our thing at all. Like what?
It's just business.
This is just business. Like what is the? I got no. Maybe they're saving that for like a year into their marriage or whatever. But I got no. What's it called? I don't know. I got no other information, like contextual information for what was going on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't remember what I was going to say now.
Gone. It happens.
God,
This is what happens when we get to an hour. Holy hell! My lightsabers lasted an hour. It's going out right now. 3, 2, 1.
Oh no!
Fine. This is the longest they've ever lasted. The blue one, at least. That's Soul's lightsaber. All right. So, can we finally get to Dedra and Cyril?
Well, let's do it. I think this is the arc we.
Oh my god! Why is it the best? Why is this one the best that we like the most? I love it so much.
I just love the interaction between Dedra, Cyril, and his mother. Like that.
Oh my god, that was. I knew that's what they were talking about. As soon as they were like, "We can't put it off any longer," I was like, "It's his mom," because we hadn't seen her all episode. There it goes. Right. God, I was off by like 40 seconds. Yeah, as soon as they were like, first of all, like I wasn't sure if they were in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like they were. Yeah. It was like, are you roommates? Are you taking him in as like your assistant? What is this? Because it's not like a healthy romantic relationship. Is not what I'm seeing. But then she did the thing where she like touched his face and like touched his lips, and I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's but they were living together.
When we first saw.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. You're frozen again. You're frozen.
Uh-oh, did I freeze?
Yeah. Okay, now you're back.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There we go.
Okay.
Maybe.
You're
you're
choppy. Yeah, go ahead.
When we first saw Cyril before we saw him with Dedra, I like that he's more confident in himself. Like even basically scaring the new guy in his job because he's been promoted.
Yes. So I don't know if I was necessarily rooting for him, but it was, I guess, satisfying to see him. I don't know. Satisfying isn't really the right word. It was just like, oh, okay, he did that. He's a winner right now.
Yeah. But I can't wait. I love how George just basically told his mother off. It's like, listen, you can see him. You just got to do this, okay? Yeah. You listen to me.
Yeah,
he's more like what you make him to be.
She sat there. She got a read on her, and then she just laid it down. She just laid down the power. She knew that she had all the power going in. I mean, like his mother, like her whole card is that Uncle Fresno or whatever his name is, and as soon as Dedra looked into him at all, you know, with her extremely high clearance of ISB, as soon as he looked at, she took all the bargaining power away from the mom. So as soon as she said that one magical sentence, is like, and don't keep bringing up the uncle whatever, because I looked into him and you may not want to be celebrating that association or whatever she said. I remember that. It was good.
Yeah.
That was the moment where all the power went away from the mom. Like if that Uncle Harlow, if Uncle Harlow was her ace in the hole and Dedra looked into Uncle Harlow and is not at all threatened by what she found, then there's nothing that the mom has. So she is at Dedra's command, at Dedra's mercy. And that was just the funniest thing to watch. Like for her to take her like imperial militaristic mindset and apply it to a personal romantic relationship was the funniest thing I have ever seen on a Star Wars screen. I think. Oh, yeah. I feel confident in saying that. It was hilarious. She did it perfectly. It was perfect. The writing and the acting and everything was perfect. It was so funny, and it was exactly how that would go down. Like both of them, of course, she would reluctantly be in a relationship with Cyril, right? Like she's like, "Huh, I am alone." Like I feel like it's like a life category check mark for her. She's like, "I am alone." In general, it's psychologically better not to be alone. I have literally the definition of devotion right here. What does this look like? Okay, a level of physical intimacy, and then like she's thinking of the whole relationship in like imperial military lists. No, he's gone. What happened? All right, well, I'll give him like 2 minutes. So anyway, I'll just keep talking about this scene. It was, I feel like she's thinking about her whole life, personal life included in imperial military terms and imperial military lists and spreadsheets, and she's trying to fit it into blocks that way. Hey, you're back. I was about to do a solo show there for a sec.
I heard you. I was like, crap. I don't know what happened. It just crapped out on me.
Yeah, no, you've been choppy for a little bit, so I'm glad you're back. But yeah, I also wanted to point out earlier, before we see the Cyril stuff, the meeting for the Gorman stuff, the Gorman Project, which obviously is leading to the Gorman Massacre. Look it up. As I had to, because I didn't know what it was. The first of all, the video that they showed, like with the old school like 50s radio announcer being like, and how?
I died laughing on that. I was like, are you serious?
It reminded me of like in Captain America when they showed the little war, the buy war bonds like promotion like before the movie that Steve Rogers was watching.
Yeah,
like those 50s like little commercials. It was so silly. And then all of the military meeting bureaucracy going on was very, someone knows what they were talking about. It was good. It was good stuff. All right. Any last thoughts about Andor before we head into trivia?
I'm actually looking forward to the next 3 episodes. It'll be a year later, so we'll see how everyone deals with the last episode a year later.
Yeah. So just to recap, I'm gonna play this one more time just to recap the big things that happened at the end. They killed the Empire, killed Brasso. They got him. Andor is speeding away with what's his name? Will
and Bix.
And B is with Talia, who should be safe, I think. Like, unless they get her for harboring, like that guy could have ratted her out too for harboring
illegals,
people, illegals. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. But yeah, as the Empire would say, harboring illegals. But so B is there. Talia has the charger. Maybe she just leaves him not charged for a while, so he's safe. He would be safe that way. And then the other big thing. So Cassian has the TIE Avenger. He's probably going to meet with, where he was supposed to go, or where what do we say? Parkos was supposed to go.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to meet up with Luthen, whatever. And then Luthen, speaking of, and Cinta is about, I assume, about to kill Tay, because he knows about Mon Mothma and her connection to the rebellion. He knows. He also wants money for his silence, is how he heavily implied it. And they were gonna talk to. They were going to meet in his office, in her office in Coruscant next week, and discuss details of the number. But Luthen's like, "Hey, no number is going to be good. You know the number. The only way you are actually safe is if he's dead and can't talk." And when Cinta is now his pilot, pretty sure that's what's about to happen. So I was pretty impressed with how fast he worked, considering they can't get signals out to anybody. So I guess she was just kind of standing by. Last little thought that I have, actually. What's Cinta's? What's her cousin's name? Mon's cousin.
Vel.
Vel and Cinta. That relationship is getting rocky, and that is going to be a problem. I think my one prediction that I have is that Vel is going to sacrifice some part of the rebellion, either to save Cinta or to connect with Cinta or something, because Cinta has always been clear rebellion comes first. Vel agreed, but I feel like with their separation, like how they've been apart, I feel like she has started to lose control of her nerve there, of her dedication to the rebellion over the relationship. My prediction is that will come to a head, and she will do something not good for the rebellion in the interest of her relationship with Vel, or with Cinta. It's my prediction, my one prediction. I don't feel comfortable predicting anything else because I just don't know. Do you think the Gorman massacre part will come in this next set of 3, or will that be later on?
I think the massacre might happen either the last episode of this coming 3. Well, I don't know, because Mon Mothma speaks out about the Gorman massacre and then basically has to hitch it over to Yavin. So she has to escape Coruscant, goes with the Ghost Crew to Yavin, and Rebels takes place right about that year before A New Hope, or leading up into it.
So there has to be time after the massacre for all that stuff to go down.
Yeah, I would say this next arc will probably be the taking over of Gorman. The arc after that will be Gorman changes. And then the final arc will be the massacre, her speaking out, because, the Empire taking over, it's going to destroy what Gorman looks like, what Gorman's about. Right. So something's going to blow it off.
I don't know. Only because you laid it out so logically, now I think it's going to happen sooner, just like they did with the TIE Avenger. I feel like they're just going to keep us on our toes the whole time. They're just going to keep us like, it's like, oh, you thought this was going to be a big plot point that we're building to? No, it's right freaking now. Deal with it. And all this stuff that you're not expecting. So that would be cool. All right, man. Yeah, that was a lot. We go over an hour, but it's worth it. It's so much, so good. All right, on to our last segment, Star Wars trivia. As always, Marty has prepared a Star Wars trivia question based on the topics that we are discussing. So I assume that this one is about Andor Season 2.
You would be correct. Let me pull it back up. It crashed when I crashed. Oh no, is it not going to play it?
In the
there it goes. Okay, it's.
Oh, okay, there it goes. I was about to do a little plug.
Yeah, the thing just didn't.
There you go. I see a loading screen, so that's good.
Yeah, I just didn't want to load the graphic. Here we go. We're slowly getting there.
Yeah, it's
slowly
working.
But surely. There we go.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
All right. So, yes. The question is, what was the lieutenant, like, what was his name, that tried to make advances on Bix? Was it
I
A,
do remember this.
Pike, B, Kroll, C, Shekel, or D, Adema?
I am pretty confident that I actually remember him saying his own name, and therefore I'll give people watching time to comment if they want to comment the answer. But
Especially you, Imperial Activity. Hopefully you're here.
Yes. I believe the answer is B, Kroll.
You would be correct.
If you had gone, I feel like I remember it based on the O and the K. So if you had been like Corolla or Krill or Carvelo, I would have been messed up. But the none of them were even remotely like that. So I kind of remembered that as it went on.
I originally was going to ask what was the password that Andor had to use to get to the TIE Avenger.
Oh man, hold on. It was like Faline or something.
The answer would be Caffeine. Caffeine.
I was so close. Kind of. I was kind of close.
And it's funny because I was like, that name sounds familiar, and then it.
Yeah, did you look it up?
I watched this. I watched this Easter egg video from Screen Crush. Thank you, Screen Crush. Caffeine is actually named the ring of Caffeine from Rogue One, where we first meet Cass.
The ring of Caffeine. Interesting. Okay, so they're digging pretty deep in their own lore here. That's pretty fun. Okay, so you think he set the password? Wait a minute. No, Rogue One's way after this.
He did. I think he. No, yeah, Rogue One's way after. I think.
So it wouldn't have been like his history.
Just happened to be a happy coincidence, a little wink, wink, nudge.
Nice. Nudge. Okay, I like it. I respect it.
Oh no!
Like them mentioning Rakatans. You are extremely frozen again. I don't know if you know this. Oh, he's gone. Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, it's time to end anyway. It's an hour 17. That's our show. We hope you enjoy what we're doing here. We know Star Wars fandom and comment sections can sometimes get dark and toxic, but it doesn't have to be that way. We are trying to bring fun and positivity to the Star Wars side of the internet. Remember, there are more of us. Again, if you have anything for us, questions, requests, suggestions for segments, anything at all, throw them in the comments and we will see what we can do. Don't forget to follow at SW Culture Live everywhere. Don't forget to follow at Nerdiest Stepdad right down there. Oh my God. Yeah, right down there everywhere. Don't forget to follow Marty Ingleston. He's back at Marty21794 everywhere. And we will see you next week to recap the next 3 episodes of Andor and to celebrate the best in Star Wars culture. So have a great night and may the Force be with you.